Traffic sponsored by AlmostFreeTeeth.com. Tired of hiding your smile? At AlmostFreeTeeth.com, they make full mouth implants affordable.
No one going up. There's no one coming down. Look at that.
What's that, Wes? What's up, everybody? I don't know what's going on with my phone is acting up and I can't get to my radio calls right now. That's what I'm trying to get to, my radio call. I don't know what happened with the... let's see, there we go. How about we try that? There we go. We're back to the radio calls.
Hold on, I got you. It's what, 738-87, Adam, you're coming in?
7383, Adam and Boyd.
I'm sorry, 83, Adam, go ahead.
Yes, well, we need EMS for a female who was complaining that she broke her hip. We're on, they usually 6th District side. Yeah, the 5th District side.
6th District side, alright, and then, I'm sorry, you said she was complaining of what now, shortness of breath?
She said she broke her hip.
Broke her hip, okay, stand for it.
Well, you get that number.
09076. 09076. Alright, 783, Adam, you got ambulance 79 en route.
7386 David.
86, David.
Get two for Chicago Red, please.
Yep, it is 09087 and 09088.
Chicago, January 2026, Chicago Police Radio is clear.
4754.
4754.
And when you're ready to go, the K9 money sniff in Holman Square, room 251, please.
Copy.
It's hot outside. It feels like it's getting hotter.
7386.
786.
Have an event number for Clark and Lake, please.
Yep, that is 09108.
6570 Lincoln.
6570 Lincoln.
Can I have an event number for firearm investigation at 5621 North Cadville?
Yeah, that'll be 09111. 09111.
And if you could put an RD for 5114 on there.
Yeah, that's no problem. John King 108412. 108412.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. 7329, go ahead.
Can I please have an event number for K9 training at Navy Pier 137 and 23?
And y'all can have 09118. 09118.
1213 units installed in citywide and assault in progress at Wendy's. 1623 West Division, 1623 West Division at Wendy's. A male is calling in that says an hour ago a male was taken to the hospital for overdosing, and now that male's family is inside Wendy's, irate, making threats and trying to fight one of the employees, stating that the employees drugged the male because the male do not use drugs, so the manager better run the cameras back. They want to see who drugged him. I have nothing further. 12th District, Zone 3.
386 Charlie.
What was that? What was that call? We gotta listen to that one again.
I'm sorry, 7386 Charlie, you're coming in?
Did you hear that one?
Can I get a number for Clark and
1213 units installed in citywide and assault in progress at Wendy's. 1623 West Division, 1623 West Division at Wendy's. A Male is calling in that says an hour ago a male was taken to the hospital for overdosing, and now that male's family is inside Wendy's, irate, making threats and trying to fight one of the employees, stating that the employees drugged the male because the male do not use drugs, so the manager better run the cameras back. They want to see who drugged him. I have nothing further. 12th District, Zone 3.
386 Charlie.
Yeah, wait a second. 83 Charlie. I'm sorry, 7386 Charlie, you're coming in?
4, can you get a number for Clark and Lane, upper and lower?
Yeah, why don't you take 09135 and 09136.
7383 George.
73 George.
Can we get a bus check, Roosevelt and Kilpatrick, 8180.
And that'll be 09148.
738 Eddie.
786 Eddie.
Got a number for upper and lower at Howard.
Yeah, take 09157 and 09158. Alright, just for the air, Eddie, this is not at the train station from what we can tell, but we are getting a person with a knife on the street, female black, wearing pink, armed with a knife, and then her daughter, a 12-year-old female, has a hammer, apparently. They're now fighting in the street, multiple 24th District units en route.
6595 David.
6595 David.
An RD for a 5114 from my stop on Salina, please.
Sure, that is John King 108422. 108422, same event number 08893.
4 thanks.
No problem. Get us in the 2nd District in the citywide, getting into the shots fired. 57th and Payne Drive, that's Payne and 57. A car says she's in the lot, says there was a hit and run accident. The offender came back around, took a look at the caller's vehicle, and then fired a gun. The caller's going to be in a black Jeep with hazards on. Caller is says she's in her teens. I got no description of the offending vehicle, nothing further. 7383 Adam. Hey, they're trying to find you. Fire's on scene. Where exactly are you?
We're here on scene. They're parked on the wrong side of the street. We're walking over with them with the woman right now.
Okay, then.
6595 Frank.
6595 Frank.
Armed investigation 316 East 69th Place.
Alright, that is 09225. 09225.
7383 Charlie.
7 Charlie.
Why can I get some of the numbers upper and lower 79th Street?
Yep, that is 09250 and 09251.
10-4, thanks.
Yeah, perfect.
7386.
786.
Give that number for Jackson Lane, please.
That is 09264.
Thank you.
Yeah.
595 Frank.
6595 Frank.
Frank, can I get an RD for a 5114 from this address?
Yeah, it's going to be John King 108431. 108431, same event number 09225.
7387 Charlie.
787 John.
Can we get a blue line platform check upper and lower at Macho?
Alright, that is 09314 and 09315.
Fine, thank you.
You're welcome.
7383 Eddie.
783.
Two event numbers, Roosevelt, red line, please.
Yeah, take 09320 and 09322.
Yes.
My unit is 16 in Citywide. I got a sudden progress, 5311 West Agatite.
Local news.
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 1059 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
5:30, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Andy Dane in for Lisa Fielding, and these are the top stories on News Radio WBBM. Minneapolis residents continuing to grapple with yesterday's deadly shooting by an ICE agent. Meantime, Vice President Vance weighs in on the incident.
Remember Elon Musk's Doge campaign in Washington? One candidate for governor says Illinois needs its own version. I'm political editor Jeff Buckles with Who's Behind It.
Illinois finds itself near the top of the states with the most tornadoes in 2025. And the U.S. House advances a measure to extend ACA subsidies for the next 3 years. Sports Bulls hosting Miami at the United Center this evening. In business,
I'm Tom Busby at Bloomberg. Gains for defense contractors today, but not for the tech sector. At the close, the Dow up 270, the NASDAQ down 104, the S&P was flat.
A windy, balmy night ahead. Some rain and heavy thunderstorms. Temperatures in the 50s, but will fall into the 40s by sunrise. Right now, some light rainfall, 54 degrees at 5:31. Well, tensions continuing to flare in Minneapolis after an immigration and customs enforcement officer fatally shot a woman, 37-year-old Renee Good, yesterday. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz remaining adamant the state must play a role in the investigation. It follows the Trump administration's decision to keep the investigation solely in federal hands. Other local leaders, such as the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Fry, calling on ICE to leave the city entirely. Here's CBS News Homeland Security and Justice reporter Nicole Skenga in the city.
You can tell that community members and neighbors, they are scared, they are fearful, they are angry, and they are grieving. We spoke with eyewitnesses who saw the shooting play out, who tell us that the Trump administration is saying that this is about public safety, and they feel like it's the opposite. They feel as though their communities have been invaded.
Well, Vice President Vance weighing in on the situation. More now from CBS News White House reporter Linda Kenyon.
The vice president spoke about turning down the temperature following the shooting.
Best way to turn down the temperature is to tell people to take their concerns about immigration policy to the ballot box,
while simultaneously turning up the temperature.
You people in the media, not everybody in this room, but many people in this room have been lying about this attack.
Vance said the woman who was killed was trying to ram the officer with her vehicle. Various video angles raise questions, and an investigation is just beginning. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
Closer to home, former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot launching what she calls the ICE Accountability Project, a website where people in the area could share information and video to document alleged criminal abusive conduct by federal agents.
The former federal prosecutor, Lightfoot, said she's already been threatened by the U.S. Attorney General.
I stand here as somebody who has deep, abiding respect for the work that federal law enforcement does every day when they do things the right way, when they follow their oath, when they follow their training. But I'm also been a person for much of my life that when I see someone who has power and abuses that power, and particularly in ways that hurt other people, I have never hesitated to step out and say, this is not okay. And I'm not going to let some person named Pam Bondi or anybody else in the federal government try to intimidate me into being silent in the face of so much harm.
The website is reporticenow.com. In the loop, Mike Krauser, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Republican candidate for governor Darren Bailey rolling out a blueprint for the state under his potential leadership in his highest profile attack yet on the Pritzker administration.
Bailey and his running mate Aaron Del Mar stood outside the governor's office at the state capitol in Springfield and spelled out how they plan to get inside, starting with driving down costs for families.
Affordability alone isn't enough. Families also expect safety, accountability, and a government that they can trust.
At its heart, what Bailey calls the Illinois version of former Trump advisor Elon Musk's Doge budget-slashing campaign, even as questions linger about its methods and the actual savings. Del Mar addressed that controversy.
People may not like the brand and they may not like the name, but I guarantee you they're going to love the results.
In Joliet, Governor Pritzker says Illinois doesn't need a Doge, and the state's inspector general constantly audits operations.
I don't think anybody in Illinois thinks that we ought to do what Elon Musk did to the federal government.
Bailey says the governor's allowed what he called hatred of the president to consume him, and Illinois is worse off for it. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9, WBBM.
A new list finds Illinois recorded some of the most tornadoes in the country in 2025.
Preliminary data from the NOAA shows Illinois recorded 146 tornadoes last year. That's the second most in the nation, beat only by Texas, which usually tops the annual tornado list. While 2025 got off to an early start with 4 severe weather events in March and early April, Illinois also saw 6 late-year tornadoes on December 28th. The year was busy for tornadoes nationwide and included the first EF5 tornado since 2013. Haley Hansen, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
Well, the House has passed legislation extending expired health care subsidies for those who get coverage through the Affordable Care Act. Previously, the health care tax breaks have lowered health insurance costs for roughly 22 million people before it expired last month. The Congressional Budget Office says the proposed 3-year extension would increase both the nation's deficit and the number of people with health insurance. Comes as members of Senate work on an alternative bill. We will take a look at traffic, weather, and some low gas prices in the area coming up next. It's 5:36.
When you breathe well.
Now asking for more money, and she told him she can't afford it, and he's now telling her if she...
595 Frank. 6595 Frank. Frank, can I get an RD for a 5114 from this address?
Yeah, it's going to be John King 108431. 108431. Same event number 09225.
7387 Charlie.
787.
Can we get a blue line platform check upper and lower at Metro?
Alright, that is 09314 and 09315.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
7383 Eddie.
782.
Two event numbers, Roosevelt, red line please.
Yeah, take 09320 and 09322.
Yes. $595 Frank.
10-4, thanks.
Yeah, perfect.
7386.
786.
Event number for Jackson Line please.
That is 09264. Yeah.
595 Frank.
6595 Frank.
Frank, can I get an RD for a 5114 from this address?
Yeah, it's going to be John King 108431. 108431. Same event number 09225.
7387 Charlie.
787.
Can we get a blue line platform check upper and lower at Metro?
Alright, that is 09314 and 09315.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
7383 Eddie.
782.
Two event numbers, Roosevelt, red line please.
Yeah, take 09320 and 09322.
Yes.
My unit's in 16 in Citywide. I got a sudden progress, 5311 West Agatite. She complained regarding Teddy, male Hispanic, wearing a brown jacket, who she found on Craigslist to fix her gray Audi. Caller states he did some of the work and is demanding she pay him in full before he finished. He is now asking for more money, and she told him she can't afford it, and he's now telling her if she doesn't pay him, he's going to damage her car even more. He gave her a price of $480. She paid him $280, and now he's asking for more money. It's not the fact that it's just 16. Someone.
7387 boy.
787 book.
Can you two events, upper and lower, O'Hare blue line?
Yep, that is 09339 and 09340.
7383 Frank.
78 Frank.
Let's see, get 30 minutes. 106 in West.
Alrighty, that is 09346. 797 Charlie.
Green stop, Monroe Blue.
Alright, that is 09364.
3215.
3205.
19 ball. He
he relocated the car to Montrose Harbor. Let me get lunch at 937 West Belmont.
10-4. All right, for the air. This came from an anonymous caller stating that a group of people were smoking and playing loud music on the Brown Line train, and they just switched at Fullerton to the Red Line train. Car number 5571 headed southbound. Southbound Red Line from Fullerton. It's info only from anonymous.
7383 George.
78 George.
Get a bus check, Roosevelt and Kesey, bus 8281.
It will be 09440.
7353.
7353.
Get a number up in Lower Howard Red.
Yep, it'll be 09499 09500.
7383 out on the board.
783.
The VIN number up on Lower 9000 Red.
Yep, that is 09502 09503. 3216. You check southbound at Oakwood. There's a tan Ford Explorer with tire issue.
16, can we notify AR Street to stand just in case this weather's bad?
Yeah, 10-4. Call him now.
They said that it was a hazardous material release. The news said it. I haven't done a FOIA request or asked them. I'm going to ask them for the results of the chemical test, because those guys were chemical testing. But it had to have been something very serious, because they cleared out the station. And it happened right on the Metro Police countertop there. So one guy said it's cocaine, and another guy said it was cocaine and cornstarch. So it sounds like the guy was cutting up a bunch of drugs there. On the news, the main news, I think CBS wrote it up. They said that it was hazardous material. But, you know, I'll get the chemicals, but it had to have been something very serious. Here, it is what I got to say. It happened on the Metro countertop. You've seen it, the Metro Police, right? Inside the station. For them to clear out the station, they must have believed it was either fentanyl or methamphetamine. Think about though that but think about it. Thanks for asking that, James. So the police are inside. It's a CTA station. How do you get to have that much fentanyl and drugs in the station if you're in there? That's the disturbing thing here. And it had to have happened because what? They cleared it out. If it was nothing, you would just sweep it off and throw it away, but they didn't. The cops did that. And then we're going to try to get the videotape. There's videotape and all of that from there. But thanks for reminding me. But I think I threw up, I'll throw up the article from CBS they put up there. Sometimes I let the mainstream media do a lot more because they have the connections with the cops and they'll tell them things. The cops don't tell me anything like you seen yesterday. But they said it was a hazardous material. Yep. It was the hazard truck, right? That was there. You seen it. That's why we stayed there. No one else covered it. We were there. It was only until we were live feeding for 2 hours that they actually sent a regular reporter there, right? Wow, man, they're towing everybody up. So we stayed on scene, right? We can't get across. I'm going to try to get across to Ashland and go down or something like that. But that's what we found out, that there was hazardous material call. So the police called it in. So that means they thought it was drugs. Well, why do you think it's drugs inside a train station? That, you see what I mean? They shouldn't have did what they did yesterday, shut it down. So well, this is some more radio call. Thanks for asking, James. Thank you.
386 David.
386 David.
I get 2 for the Chicago Red, please.
Yep, 09594 and 09596.
Oh. We'll go check out Black Hawk and Sedgwick, see if there's any crime going on there. How about that? We got to report there's a lot of crime that happens there.
All right, for info, Pink Line at Damon Pink Line. Someone let loose a pit bull on car number 5022 headed outbound. The caller did notify CTA about it. I got nothing further.
A pit bull was let loose on a Pink Line train. Outbound. How does a pit bull get on the train? That's strange, ain't it? A lot of questions there. Who let the pit bull on? How do you get a pit bull onto a train? You just heard it, right? Yeah, if I get the chemical test, because I got the numbers, I got to do a FOIA request. Hopefully they just give it to me, but they might make me do a FOIA request. So I'm going to do that. But it was a hazardous material. You see, everybody's seen it. But I want to, and since that's a suburban thing, I might get the radio calls too, to see how they called it in, all right?
That number for lunch on an Irving Park in Keeler.
Yep, it'll be 09622.
Thanks for asking, James.
Yeah, this is the 3rd District of the Citywide. Getting about robbery in progress, 63rd and King and 63rd. Caller says 3 offenders are trying to rob a man at knife point on the corner there at a bus stop. Says they're wearing all black clothing. Got nothing for their zone 7.
Robbery, 63rd and King Drive. 3 guys are robbing 1 guy. We're about live now, so we're all even. We're not backlogged on our calls.
7353.
Let's go check out what's going on in Sedgwick here, huh?
Got a call from Alicia Johnson. She says she's having thoughts of harming herself and wants to go to the hospital. Fire is en route. You're looking for a 37-year-old female black wearing a black jacket and olive green pants.
Is on the Howard side or the where the buses come in at?
I think the Howard side from Fire's ticket. That's what it sounds like.
7386 Charlie.
786 Charlie.
From Moax, Larkin Lake.
Yep, it is 09646 and 09648.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I have a lot of static.
Yeah, it's 09646 and 09648. Oops.
Female threatening to harm herself, Howard Red Line platform. We're over here on Sedgwick, right? what's going on here, huh? Maybe the rain put everybody inside, right?
George. 7-8, George. Get a bus check, Roosevelt and Colmer, 8101. Yep, it is 09663.
Ain't nobody out here. A lot of people in cars, it looks like, around here. Security guys here. We'll go around it. These are the Marshall Field Gardens apartments.
We're down here now. We don't see anything. So you got a description of her, or? Yeah. It's a female black wearing a black jacket and olive green pants.
Some kind of police activity in front of us. See that there? These are the projects here. Marshall Field Gardens Apartments. Private projects. They're not CHA owned. Something going on in front of us. See that there? It might be the cop that's stationed out there. There's a guy they always have back here. They got somebody who got murdered inside of there. And something's going on here. Let's see what this is about, right? I think he's just the guy that sits out here. See that there? Marshall Field.
City units insolvency by a ticket of a person shot. 300 South Damon. 300 South Damon on the 16th floor. Rhonda's calling. So she hears two unknown females at her door after hearing gunshots in the neighbor's apartment. The caller believes there's a female shot in the apartment. She also saw a female Hispanic with a ponytail carrying a female black wearing a purple backpack out of the building. Fire is around. I have nothing further. 12th District, Zone 3.
Person shot. 300 South Damon. Inside the apartment, two females. They heard some shooting in there, and somebody was leaving the apartment.
All right, very good. 3213. 3213. Hey, good afternoon, Barb. 12's still on paper. Would you mind checking 5900 South in the southbound for a 3-car accident? No injuries, nothing further.
Absolutely. Good evening.
That's what? That's the hotel over there. I've been to that hotel. I think that's the Chicago Hotel. 300 South Damon, man. Isn't that? Is it past 7? No, it's 5:55. Let's go see this shooting machine, huh? But they said they left, right? And then we'll get back to the 6 o'clock news. That's the national news. But the big news is that lady that got shot. They're going back and forth now whose fault it is. He's dead. So it ain't nobody's fault. It's her fault. She was in that situation. So I'm gonna keep saying that. She shouldn't be dead, but it's her fault she was in that situation, right? Report of a shooting here, 300 South Damon. I think that's the Chicago hotel there, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Madison and Damon, that's the United Center right there, man. I don't know what is that, unless it's the Chicago hotel, like I said, but I think that's on Ashland, the Chicago hotel, isn't it? Yeah, that's off of Ashland. 300 South Damon, that's... Oh, I know where that's at. That's across from Malcolm X there. That's what it is. That's what that is, that apartment building. I don't know if that's an apartment building. Maybe it's projects over there. You know where I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what that is.
George.
7 George.
Another bus check, Roosevelt, St. Louis, bus 8623.
Yeah, 09729.
So we're going to a shooting scene, supposedly, in those apartments there. So we'll see what's going on. A lot of traffic here because it's diverted from Chicago Avenue. You know Chicago Avenue is closed here, right? I might try to cut down here, and I might go down. I don't know what is up here. Is this Elston over here?
M2 on Citywide.
M2, good afternoon.
Yeah, we'll go down and cut across, maybe.
One for Chicago Locks, one for Main Base.
Yep, the locks are 0973.
So if you have an ambulance, you ain't getting through. You see this here?
09733. 09733.
No, I can't get through here. We got to be on the other side of the river over there, right? I'm stuck. You're basically stuck here, so there is nothing you can do. Just relax and do whatever you need to do. What's up, Marietta? I was over at your place. Look like a lot of cars parked over there. I'm going to try to get the information on that RD number. I'm going to try to pull the investigative reports and what they're doing on that one for you, all right? So, and thanks, James, for reminding me. What I got to do is for 2026, what I have to do is make list of things to do.
9501 Constant, 9501 Constant, 10 males fighting in the front parking lot, no weapons seen, 4th Street.
10 people fighting on Constance. We're going to listen to the 6 o'clock news now, okay? 6 o'clock
40 out, 18 minutes in. Still delays on 57 getting out to I-80. That's why it's 22 minutes. 23 on the outbound side of the Bishop Ford. The South Lakeshore Drive northbound heavy from Roosevelt to Chicago Avenue. Southbound traffic is heavy before Michigan to Chicago and 50th to 57th. A new crash on the Reagan. It looks like
man, there's a robot right there. See the robot?
Report 608 News Radio 1059 WBBM.
See the robot there? He's crashing. See him?
Rain showers and heavy thunderstorms. Temperatures holding in the 50s, but falling into the 40s by sunrise. Right now, light rain, 54 degrees at 5:59.
Featuring the news that matters and breaking news at any time. This is Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 1059 WBBM.
Coming up in the next half hour on News Radio WBBM, the Department of Homeland Security considering sending hundreds of more agents to Minneapolis in the wake of the deadly shooting by an ICE agent and ensuing protests. The latest next from CBS News. Local officials also reacting to that situation in Minneapolis. And downpours and thunderstorms in the forecast across the Chicago area tonight. We'll have a live update from AccuWeather. Sports Bulls hosting the Heat tonight at the United Center. In business,
a split decision on Wall Street today. The Dow up 270 points. The NASDAQ down 104. The S&P was flat. I'm Tom Busby at Bloomberg.
Windy and stormy tonight. Temperatures hovering in the 50s before a cool down. Right now, 54 degrees. CBS.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus. I'm Weston. What's your question?
On the hour, sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Tensions rise after an ICE officer kills a woman in Minneapolis, and federal law enforcement sources say the Department of Homeland Security is considering deploying hundreds of additional agents to Minneapolis. That's where CBS's Usher Qureshi is.
Adding to the tension here in Minneapolis is that the U.S. Attorney's Office has blocked state authorities from the investigation into that shooting, leaving it to the FBI. Minnesota's governor says that's a mistake and asked ICE to leave.
Let us, the professionals, handle this on Minnesota soil, this investigation. De-escalate this situation by removing yourselves from this situation with these 2,000 agents that were put here.
At the White House press briefing, the Trump administration said that won't be happening.
The victim has been identified as 37-year-old Renee Good, a U.S. citizen who moved to the Twin Cities from the Kansas City area. CBS's Nicole Skanga also reports.
CBS News has learned that the ICE agent involved in this fatal shooting was a member of ICE's immigration task force, a special response team, and was an over 10-year veteran of ICE. Now, special response teams are given very advanced training.
The Trump administration says the ICE agent acted in self-defense. Minnesota's governor calls this a reckless ICE mobilization. The House has voted to extend tax subsidies for Affordable Care Act plans for 3 years. CBS's Allison Keyes.
On this vote, the yeas are 230, the nays are 196.
The debate was contentious. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries supported the bipartisan bill
to protect the health care of the American people.
But Republican Representative Jason Smith of Missouri blamed Democrats.
They are the only ones that have voted to take away these subsidies.
The tax breaks lowered health insurance costs for some $22 million. Allison Keyes, CBS News, Washington.
President Trump on social media says 5 Republicans who voted with Democrats on a resolution to limit his ability to launch more attacks on Venezuela should never be elected to office again. One of them, GOP Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri.
This resolution is limited to Venezuela, and it says that for future armed hostilities, there needs to be congressional authorization.
In a first, the International Space Station crew is coming back to Earth earlier than expected because an astronaut is sick but stable. NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman.
NASA astronauts and our teams in mission control are professionals who train for every possible scenario at every step of the mission, including moments just like this.
Today's spacewalk on the International Space Station was scrubbed, and NASA will announce in the coming days when the crew of 4 will return to Earth. This is CBS News.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia.
So, how much have we moved here? We're going into Bucktown. That's what's over here, right? In Wicker Park. Supposedly all these bicyclists and environmentalists. Well, how come all this traffic is going into their area, first of all? And how do you get an ambulance through here? It's a nightmare because Chicago Avenue shut down because of the Bally's. There's nowhere you can go. We're on Goose Island. This is what Goose Island is. You're not getting anywhere. So if you have an ambulance that needs to get through here, you're not getting it. You kind of get how the city operates. There you go. And we're going to a shooting scene, and it is what it is, right? Yeah, there's videos. I'll try to get you guys those videos of their blockades now in Minneapolis. You know that's where the Floyd riots started, right? So.
A strange story from Nevada where police say a bulldozer was used as a weapon.
A 33-year-old man is charged with 2 counts of attempted murder in Henderson, Nevada after allegedly stealing a bulldozer from a construction site, scaling a fence and hot wiring the machine to start it. This woman called 911.
The cop trying to take him out. The guy's trying to roll over the cop in a police car. And he just destroyed the police car. He destroyed the police car?
2 police cars were damaged. No serious injuries reported. Police say the man, who was armed with a screwdriver, had confronted a security guard, threatening to kill him. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
The IRS will start accepting 2025 tax returns on January 26th, marking the official start of the 2026 tax filing season. The filing deadline is April 15th. The IRS expects to receive about 164 million individual tax returns this year, roughly on par with last year. Jennifer Kuiper.
Do you owe back?
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 105.9 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
6:05 Thursday, January 8th, 2026. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Andy Dane in for Lisa Fielding. Right now,
there's that robot there. See that robot?
54 degrees. And let's get right to our top local story here on News
He
Radio.
won't be able to cross because there's all traffic here.
Day outside today, wet as well. And we may not be done yet. Downpours expected throughout the evening in parts of the Chicago area. Let's go live now to AccuWeather and senior meteorologist Brian Thompson for just how much we can expect to get here this evening. Brian.
And we could see a half-inch to an inch of rain from some of this rain moving through. It's been raining for a good chunk of the last several hours, and we have still some heavier pockets of rain just starting to get into downtown Chicago again and toward the south side as well, in southern parts of Cook County, toward Tinley Park, back toward about Joliet. We're still seeing some pretty heavy rain. It's all up to the northeast.
On Shrimp, they got cool graffiti there, too. I know the guy who did that graffiti.
This rain is will be heavy at times, so watch for ponding on roadways. And there could be gusty winds with any of these downpours and any thunderstorms.
Pretty bad, ain't it?
Forecast for you coming up at 6:15. Governor Pritzker says the fatal shooting by ICE agents of a woman in Minneapolis shows it's time for Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem to go. Comes as one of his Republican challengers offers support for the Trump administration's immigration crackdown. WBBM political editor.
We would have no need of the federal government here in Illinois or any other state for that matter.
Bailey also noted his perspective on death has changed following last year's helicopter crash that killed 4 members of his family, saying it breaks his heart every time someone loses their life. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9, WBBM.
A 38-year-old man is dead after a shooting this morning on Chicago's west side. Police say the man, who has not yet been identified, was found in the street near Springfield and Jackson just after 8 a.m., suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He was taken to Mount Sinai Hospital, where he later died. No arrests have been made so far. 6:08, time now for traffic and weather together on the 8th.
Traffic is horrible. How much have we moved in like a half hour? I was trying to get the Damon shooting scene. Man, it's horrible.
33 in. 8's heavy from Willow to Skokie and then past Dempster to the Kennedy Junction outbound. Slow from the Kennedy Junction to Foster, then Dempster to Old Orchard. That is 17 on the outbound side, not as bad. Eden Spur looks great. Kennedy inbound, heavy from Cumberland past the Wintrust Mural at North Avenue over to Randolph. 57 O'Hare into downtown, 27 coming in from the Eden Junction. Outbound Kennedy, 20 minutes to Montrose, 5 minutes.
Did he express his condolences for the guy who was just murdered on Jackson over there on the west side this morning? Probably not.
40 minutes to Manheim.
And look, no disrespect for that lady's family or that lady. A white lady blocking ICE agents in Minneapolis. The same white people that tore down that city after Floyd was killed, right? Same. They're going to investigate this lady and going to figure some stuff out. She was traveling all around the United States doing stuff. There's a quote already from one of her family members that she shouldn't have been doing that. Look it up. Yeah, we might find something out about this stuff. She might be part of these people that travel around the United States causing trouble. There you go.
50th days. Tri-State South heavy before I-290 to Ogden, past the Mile-Long Bridge to before 95th. I-90 westbound slows 53 to Roselle. Reagan Memorial Toll Road, 88 westbound jammed to 350.
Hey, if you want to know where I'm at, this is where I'm at. I'm on Goose Island.
Report from the Metro Traffic Center at 618 News Radio.
What did we travel? 1 block in like 10 minutes, right? So you see, if you got a fire truck or something, you're stuck out here. That's where we're at. We're on Goose Island. There's no way to get on and off of this thing because of why? Chicago Avenue is shut down and Halstead shut down. You can't get off this island. You're stuck now. We're on an island. We're stuck. Everybody knows that, right? Here, let me show you. You can't get off. You can go backwards on Division. But Chicago and Halstead right there, it's shut down because of the Bally's construction. There's no way else to get off of this. There's only one road in and off. Division, you got that? So that's why we have this, because of the bottleneck. The only way to get off of this is to go back to Halstead, and you go east on Division, or you go north on Halstead. Maybe I should have went north on Halstead there. But that's where you know where I'm at. I'm on Goose Island right now. There you go. Goose Island shut down here. I don't know if the restaurant's still on, but I know the brewery shut down. I love Goose Island. I used to eat there before, yeah. But that's where I'm at. You see the robots moving over there, right? There's a robot over there. See the robot? See that light over there? That's a robot. There, I don't know if you see him over there. So this is the way we operate now in the city, right? I mean, I get it. They're building that Bally's over there, and that's good. They're spending money. Whatever, gambling. It is what it is. I don't believe that's a good business, but hey, you know, it's money, right? They're spending money and building stuff, right? Listen to this. Fire engines failing.
Raising concerns about the city's aging fleet.
Flames ripped through a Roseland home at 110th and State Tuesday morning. Firefighters knocked it down, but hours later, it reignited, and 2 different engines failed when called back.
93 is having issues with their pump. I'm going to need another engine here to take over.
Pat Cleary, president of the Chicago Firefighters Union Local 2.
I think people are trying to concentrate that they're neglecting a certain neighborhood. No, it's being done citywide.
Last year, a state law required the city to set aside 10% of service funds for new emergency vehicles.
I mean, we've had tires falling off. We've had an engine that had no brakes and had to crash into a church to stop.
Firefighters say they still head into calls wondering if their trucks will work.
Something bad is eventually going to happen.
Sarah Herrera, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
Authorities still on the lookout for part of a burglary crew that they say hit a sandwich shop earlier this week.
Elmhurst police say they arrested 4 people after witnessing a break-in at the Mr. Submarine on Ogden and Downers Grove at around 2 a.m. Monday. A judge granted pretrial release to 30-year-old Andrew Moore, 23-year-old Justin Wallace, 32-year-old Alexis Reed, and 34-year-old Nadia Chillis. The men also face criminal damage to property and resisting police charges. The women are accused of acting as lookouts. All 4 are from Chicago. Police say Wallace and Moore ran from police but were caught while 2 other men escaped. Police say they were following their vehicles as part of an investigation into other business burglaries. Nancy Hardy, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
A police pursuit in Gary landed 3 people in the hospital.
Police said a speeding driver was being pursued around 6 p.m. on Wednesday when they struck an officer's patrol car head-on at 9th Avenue. The officer is being treated for multiple injuries at a nearby hospital. The suspect was taken into custody into an area hospital for evaluation, and firefighters had to remove a passenger from the suspect's vehicle. They were also taken to a nearby hospital for evaluation. An investigation is ongoing. Renita Young, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
We'll check the AccuWeather 5-day forecast and sports news coming up next. It's 6:14.
What's up, Antonio? I'm stuck in traffic, man. I'm on Goose Island. They're building the Bally's over there by Halstead and Chicago. So Halstead and Chicago shut down. So I got on here and I didn't think about it. I thought I'd get through because I'm going to a shooting scene at Damon and Madison. And, yeah, we got stuck on Goose Island. It is what it is. You know, you roll with the punches. But, you know, like I said, I mean, if they're spending money to build a new casino, like I said, I don't agree with gambling as a way to make money. It's taking money. It's not building money. Gambling doesn't create wealth. It takes wealth. But hey, I'll take whatever we get here in the city, right? If you build something, that's all I can say. But yeah, I don't even know how long we've been on here. We've been stuck for almost 10, 20 minutes now in traffic listening. We're gonna listen to some radio calls next, I think, because the local news is over with. Here, if you want to know where I'm at, that's where I'm at. I'm on Goose Island. See that there? And it's shut down. You see Chicago Avenue down there? That's where it's shut down. Chicago and Halstead. The Bally's is being built across the river. You see where Chicago is? The word? Across the river there, north of there. That's where the Bally's is, in that little section there. That's an expensive piece of property there. So you see, there's no way to get on and off of this island. The only way to get off is to go backwards. Back on Division. There's no way to get off, right? I know how to get off, but I don't have my I don't have a four-wheel drive, so I'm not going to do it. I can get off this island if I wanted to, if I had my off-roading vehicle, but I don't have it. I know how to get off, so I'm not going to tell you how to do it, because it might be illegal, but I can get off the island if I needed to in an emergency. There you go, man. We're on Goose Island second. This is some radio calls. We're about 20 minutes behind. We were the last couple of calls. We're heading to a shooting scene. If we get there, we get there. See, now you have an ambulance. What did I tell you, right? See the ambulance there? So we turned on the news at 6. So that's when we shut off the radio feed, I think. So we'll start a few minutes before 6, and let's replay the radio and see what's going on. What are we missing?
7353. 7353. Over my name is right here, thank you. All right, very good. 3213. 3213. Hey, good afternoon, Barb. 12 is still on paper. Would you mind checking 5900 South? In the southbound for a 3-car accident. No injuries, nothing further.
203, good evening.
7383 George. 78 George. Another bus check, Roosevelt, St. Louis, bus 8623. Yeah, 09729. M2 on Citywide. M2, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Squad. Can I get a 2, 1 for Chicago locks, 1 for main branch, please? Yep, the locks are 09732, 09732, and main branch 09733, 09733. 744, thanks.
Unit 4 in the citywide, a battery in progress, 9501 constant, line 501 constant, 10 males fighting in front, parking lot in the weapon scene, 4th District.
7386 Eddie. Stand by just a second. 4755. 4755, good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. Citywide Canaan. 4753. 4753, good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. 7386 Edward. 86 Edward, go ahead. Squad, put us down with 7353. Alright, Edward.
Unit Samson on the citywide, gonna take it for a panic alarm over at Popeyes, 2556 South California. Silent panic alarm. That's all we got as of right now, nothing further. Go, Sam.
7362. 7362. Thank you, event for a drop off at Jackson Ridge. Yeah, 09812. 09812. 6570 Eddie. 6570 Eddie. Can I get a firearms investigation? 10735 South Church Street. Yeah, it's going to be 09819. 09819. Thank you. 389 Adam. That's 398 Adam. Can I get a couple of numbers, upper lower?
This is a double wide. See? They're blocking the road here, man.
09826. 09826.
You fucking blocking the road, bro.
09828.
You're blocking the fucking road. Get the fuck over, asshole.
7363.
Fucking prick is blocking the road. Every one of these motherfuckers. Got that? Fucking jagoffs. Every one of them are blocking the road. I just realized it. That's a double lane road, and they're blocking the middle. That's what they were doing, every one of those people. Fucking pricks, man. That's why that traffic is there. You just seen it. It's a double road bridge. They were all blocking it. Singles. What a bunch of creeps, man. That's those damn fuckers that got... Those are those pricks that got their licenses from Junulius. They're all damn immigrants. They're all those damn Uber drivers and all those other delivery drivers. They all have those damn licenses, illegal licenses, from Alexei Janulius and J.B. Pritzker. You know, he passed a law When JB won his last election, he passed an executive order. They all complain about Trump and executive orders. I got them all listed. He did it during COVID. Nobody was watching them. I have them. He passed a law that you can give licenses to illegals. Then he passed another law that says the illegals can change their names without disclosing their new name. Yeah, he did that. Governor Pritzker did that. He's hiding these people. He's hiding the illegals, and he just passed a really new law that says you can't say anything about an illegal if you're a government worker in Illinois. Yeah, you just seen it. There's a whole traffic jam we were there, 30, 40 minutes? There was no need for the traffic jam. They were jamming the bridge there. You seen that, right? I ain't making that shit up. You just seen it. Everybody's seen it here live on SubX.News. And I bet you if you check those licenses, they all don't speak English. Most Uber drivers are from Central. Don't get confused. The Uber drivers are mostly from Central Asia. Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Dagestan, all these weird places. And they all came in through that Mexico. When they don't remember I was posting all those videos, they were all coming in though, and they were just crossing the border under Biden. They were just crossing the border. That's them right there, man. I interviewed a couple of those people, man. Or where are we going? Damon, right? Shooting scene, right?
State Lake Red Street stop for 7397 Charlie. Let me know if y'all need anything. Appreciate this event number. 09903.
Hey, it's raining.
09903.
Oh, that's a nice. When's the last time you seen a paper stand there? Look at that. That's a nice paper stand there. Huh? You don't see those anymore, do you?
All right, sir. That'll be 09908. 09908.
7383 Eddie.
7383 Eddie.
Chewy bed numbers, red line, Roosevelt.
Yep, that's 09916, 09916, and 09917, 09917.
Thank you.
I didn't make that up there, man. You see that, right? 2-lane road. Knuckleheads don't have the common sense to make it a 2-lane road. And they blocked everybody into traffic because they're ignorant idiots, man. That's where they come from. They come from a country where they don't have rules and laws. They don't drive cars in their countries. Those countries still have, some of them have horses, man. And they got horses in some. They got horses in some of those countries where those people come from, and then they give them a driver's license and they're driving around our city. That's why you see those cars flipped over, right? You got drug addicts and kids driving around, hot rodding cars. They killed that guy down on Stony Island yesterday. An innocent human being got killed yesterday on Stony Island because of kids driving fast. And then you got these crazy guys that don't have cars in their countries, right? Driving around. That we need to audit. We need to audit of every driver's license in our state. We need an audit of every car crash and death, and check if the police are actually prosecuting people for homicides. They're not. These are things that the police are not doing. And I was told this early on with the migrants. You're not supposed to bother migrants. Cops told me that stuff. Yeah, that's a fact. I might have it on internet, on the recording. I don't know if I do, though.
7388 Adam and Boyd, Blue Line, platform. I got you.
All right, let's go see this shooting scene, right?
09994. 09994. 83 Henry. 83 Henry. Northbound buses on Michigan Avenue from East Street. That's going to be 10004. 10004.
There you go, paper stand, right? That was nice, right? Look, I'm a little orny, I'm a little mean. I talk as but I know nice stuff. Paper stands were cool. They were cool. You could get your magazines there, your papers there. Oh, look, remember we all grew up reading our own magazines? Whether, I forget what it was. I liked Mad Magazine and Spy vs. Spy, but that thing that was in Mad Magazine. I don't know which one. National Lampoons I used to get, right? They were nice. Popular Mechanics, I liked that kind. I think I used to get Soldier of Fortune. And I got a little older, and I'm going to give myself up here. And yeah, High Times, you know. There was all kinds of cool magazines in there, right? And newspapers. But hey, they're all over with. And, you know, maybe we can think about the old days. There was some good things in the old days and some bad things in the old days. That's all I got to say.
Citywide, given a ticket of a burglary in progress, 4524 West Madison. Came over details to follow. Caller states someone's trying to break into her home. That's how we're getting at the time. Zone time.
We're going to a shooting scene over here on Madison. Damon and Madison. What's up, Sue? Did you catch me when I'm complaining about the drivers? Yeah, that's the way it goes. Yeah, at least you didn't see me earlier on my other video feed where some dude was trying to talk smack to me while I'm videotaping. We're gonna go, should we go south of the train? Yeah, south. It was 300 south, wasn't it, Damon, the shooting? So we're gonna go south of Damon, right? Yeah, some guy was talking smack to me earlier, man, right where there was an arson fire. I think they burned some homeless people down there. And I heard that someone, one of our viewers sent that in to me, said there was arsons going on Ida B. Wells, and there I said, oh, that's the homeless people. And we showed you there was a fire that happened. They're all cleared out. That's what happens, man, when the city don't do its job. We just showed you that yesterday with the metro station, with the drugs, right? Where are we going to go here? Why don't we go down Maple a little bit? Because we might see some things here, right? Oh, man, I think I just messed up.
7385 Charlie.
7385 Charlie.
Good evening, Squad. Can we get two numbers for the upper, lower, 79th and red line?
Good evening. Yeah, of course. It's going to be 10057, 10057, and 10058.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. If you got it cut out, you cut out. You know, I always post the next day the live feed because the live feed gets erased after 30 days. So I'll post it the next day. So if you miss something, you see it, then I post an article about what I saw, the main points, right? So I appreciate everybody watching when you can. And I know sometimes I go long, sometimes I go short. I thank you. I thank everybody. I was just talking with my wife today about some ideas about writing some books and things like that. So we're going to try to do some things this year. So a lot of new stuff. So I wasn't going to swear, but it wasn't really a resolution. But I already broke that one a long time ago. Right? That's just the way it goes. I think I got to stop drinking coffee. That's what I got to do. 6:30, let's listen to the news.
Just by charging your Equinox at home. I've been driving my Equinox since August, and I can't stop talking about the quiet ride and instant acceleration. It's a great snow car thanks to all-wheel drive. Go to ChevyDriveChicago.com to find your local dealer and the latest incentives.
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station, News Radio 105.9 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
6:30, good evening. I'm Andy Dane in for Lisa Fielding. These are the top stories on News Radio WBBM. Yesterday's fatal shooting of a woman by an ICE agent in Minneapolis has many of the city's residents on edge. 2 people in the hospital after being shot by federal agents in Portland earlier today. The U.S. House votes to advance a measure extending Affordable Care Act subsidies
2 people
for
shot in Portland
years.
by ICE agents.
And one of the candidates running for Illinois governor says the state needs its own version of Elon Musk's Doge. Sports, the Bulls hosting Miami at the United Center this evening. On Wall Street, the Dow added 270 points today. NASDAQ dropped 104, and the S&P 500 added a fraction. AccuWeather says windy, warm tonight with some rain, even thunderstorms. It could be heavy. Temperatures in the 50s before a cool down towards sunrise. Right now, light rain, 54 degrees at 6:31. Topping our news of this half hour, tensions continuing to flare in Minneapolis after an immigration and customs enforcement officer fatally shot a 37-year-old woman identified as Renee Good yesterday. The Trump administration is defending the officer and vowing to continue its immigration crackdown. CBS News Minnesota reporter Ashar Hirashi with the latest details.
Protests boiled over in Minneapolis. Officers scuffling with a growing crowd outside a federal building that's serving as the base of the immigration crackdown.
We are not here to attack. We are not here to provoke. We are here to prevent, and we are here to keep our neighbors safe.
State and local officials are demanding ICE leave the city after an officer shot and killed an SUV driver on Wednesday.
This was an act of domestic terrorism.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says the officer was hit by the SUV and treated in the hospital.
Currently, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz remaining adamant the state must play a role in the investigation.
So Minnesotans, I will continue to press that we be part of the investigation, that we do the investigation, so that Minnesotans can trust what the outcome.
Yeah, I trust you, bro. How about you? But you let those Somalis rip us off, right? Yeah, I don't think I trust that dude to do anything.
Calling on ICE to leave the city entirely. Meantime, in Portland, 2 people are in the hospital after being shot by federal agents. Police say it happened just after 2 o'clock this afternoon. The conditions of the 2 have not been released. We'll have more information as it becomes available. The House has voted to extend tax subsidies for Affordable Care Act plans for 3 years.
On this vote, the yeas are 230, the nays are 196.
The debate was contentious. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries supported the bipartisan bill
to protect the health care of the American
let me check the radio
Republican
calls, all right?
Representative Jason Smith of Missouri blamed Democrats.
They are the only ones that have voted to take away these subsidies.
The tax breaks lowered health insurance costs for some $22 million. Allison Keyes, CBS News, Washington.
One of the Republicans running for the chance to challenge Democratic Governor J.B. Pritzker, taking inspiration from a high-profile and controversial budget-slashing effort at the federal level.
Former State Senator Darren Bailey is spelling out his plan for what he's calling Illinois Doge, citing growing spending under the Pritzker administration.
I am very confident there are going to be a lot of waste discovered in that.
His running mate Aaron Del Mar would head up the Doge effort in Illinois.
We're not going in here with a chainsaw. We're going in here with an X-Acto knife.
Del Mar says the program will target what the campaign calls waste and duplication in a state budget they describe as confusing and not transparent.
Illinois has over 7,000 levels of government.
But during a visit to Joliet, Governor Pritzker suggested an Illinois version of Doge would be redundant.
We constantly get audited. And, by the way, we have a very robust system of oversight.
Let's go find this place.
He doesn't believe anyone in Illinois wants what Musk did to the federal government to happen here. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9, WBBM.
An Aurora man is headed to prison for a long time after being found guilty in a deadly double shooting.
27-year-old Samuel Garcia received 55 years for murder and 35 years for attempted murder in connection with the 2022 shooting in Aurora. One man was shot in the face and arm but survived. The second man fell while attempting to run away. Garcia reportedly stood over him and shot him twice in the head, killing him. According to the King County State's Attorney's Office, the shooting started after the victims had come to the aid of a juvenile who Garcia was harassing. Haley Hansen, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Police continue to comb through evidence after a deadly crash on the I-55 expressway near Route 126 this morning in the southwest suburbs.
Romeoville police say shortly before 4:30 a.m., a driver going west on Taylor Road at a high speed missed the sharp curve and flew through the air into the noise barrier and onto the expressway.
There we go,
the car was
shooting
hit by
scene.
another vehicle in the...
So it's there, right? There is a shooting scene.
Life-threatening
right?
injuries. A gaping hole was left in the barrier wall. Traffic backed up for miles.
Shooting scene, right?
Investigated. Nancy Hardy, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Traffic, weather, and low gas prices coming up at 6:35.
Do you owe $10,000?
There we go, shooting scene, right? We finally got here.
The IRS has more power than
that's
any
me.
collection agency in America.
Let's see if something's on the...
Garnish your wages, levy your bank account, place a lien on your
check
home,
something
seize
else.
assets like your business, and revoke your passports. Every year, thousands lose their paychecks overnight or have their assets seized because they waited too long. You don't have to face the IRS alone. Call...
Now, there was a shooting here. There you go. But no ambulance. Well, we were a long time getting here, right? SubX.News on the spot reporting 300 South Damon shooting scene. Cops are here. Again, SubX.News on the scene. I don't know if they're leaving or what. Shooting scene here. 300 South Damon. There you go. I don't know if they're leaving or what. What's going on here? You see that there? Let me double check another place. So there is something going on here. Shooting scene, 300 South Damon. And the homicide today was on Springfield. There you go. That was the homicide this morning at 8 a.m. So we had an 8 a.m. murder. I'm gonna get on Citizen. Maybe Citizen will give us some information. So there we go, right? SubX.News on the spot reporting 6:39 p.m. 300 South Damon. We're at the West Point Plaza Apartments. It's January 8th, 2026. There's a report of a shooting inside of this apartment. Two females were inside of an apartment. Somebody said they heard gunshots. And they said somebody was leaving from here that was shot. So we don't know if the shooting victims are still here, if this is the crime scene. We did see one police officer leaving. Again, we're here on the scene here at 300 South Damon. That's a police officer right in front of us. He's not inside the building here. I don't know if they're guarding the scene or what they're doing here. Again, scene of a shooting here. This is not Congress. It's 300 South Damon. I'm talking on Citizen now regarding a shooting scene. It happened in one of the apartments up here, right? So that's where we're at. There was a report that there was two females in an apartment. Somebody heard shooting. Somebody heard some commotion. But they did say, I remember on the radio call, that they left the apartment. They even seen them carrying a backpack or something like that. And I don't know if they said they seen the person being wounded or whatever it is. But again, we're on the scene of a shooting here. So something did happen because the cops are here, right? It's raining pretty hard here. This is the near west side of Chicago, right? 300 South Damon, scene of a shooting here. We're right across from Malcolm X College, but I don't think it has nothing to do with the college. It's to do with these apartments. It's called the West Point Plaza here. coming down pretty good. So, all right, citizen. If we learn anything else, we'll tell you, right? Well, we'll show you, right? We'll show you. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I can get through there. See, that car is going to come. I wanted to pass up the squad car and at least get the number of the squad car. That way, if I request information, I know what squad car is. But now we have a car over there blocking us. When that car moves there, I'm going to pass the squad there, right? That way we get the number of the squad. That's a police squad car in front of us, by the way. And this call is close to an hour long. We were stuck on Goose Island in traffic, so that's why it took us so long to get here. Let's get out of here. I'll show you guys what's going on. Right. I'll try to get you guys the squad number here, right? That way we can write that down and... Alright, we'll get out of here. Let's go. There we go. It's squad 9365. 9365, we're at the West Point Plaza here. See anybody. I don't see no cops in there. There's no police officers inside. So there was one other one here, and then that's his replacement, right? There we go. Didn't see him of a shooting. We don't know what else is going on. We don't have no ambulance. It took us a long time to get here, so we were stuck in traffic. Take it easy, citizen. SubX.News signing off. 6:44 p.m. Scene of a shooting here, 300 South Damon. But the victims and the people shot or did the shooting sounds like they might have left. Talk to you guys later. It's coming down pretty good. Well, think about it. If it was cold, it'd be snowing, right? So, it's not snowing. And it's 55 degrees on my, on my dashboard. Man, we're going to have some flooding here. You know what? Why don't we go check out the flood scene? I might get in my Jeep and go check out the flooding. Because, you know, the snow and look at that. That's pretty bad there. Did you just see that? Streets are getting flooded, right? Report of a shooting over here at 300 South Damon in the Plaza Apartments. Report of a shooting over here at 300 South Damon in the Plaza Apartments. We're gonna go check something out. There might be some bad flooding over here. gonna see if there's any bad flooding over here on Western. Right? And we might switch cars. I'm not in my Jeep right now, so we might switch cars and go check out the flooding scenes, right?
Charlie. 7397 Charlie. 7397 Charlie. 375.
7385 Charlie.
7385 Charlie.
Good evening, Squad. Could we get 2 numbers for the upper lower 79th and red line?
Good evening. Yeah, of course. It's going to be 10057. 10057 and 10058, 10058. Wait. Try again, your radio cut out.
7387 boy.
There you go, 7387 boy, how can I help you?
Can I get 2 numbers for upper and lower at Cumberland on the blue line?
Yep, 10069, 10069.
Yep, Ogden, Route 66, the original 66. Yeah, I'm Western, I'm checking out the flooding here.
7397 Charlie. 375,
What's up, Brian? Haven't seen you in a long time. Here, I'm going to tell everybody that's watching this. If you've never done Route 66, do Route 66. There's a couple of ways to do it, the main highways and the new ways, right? Oh man, it's flooded there. Check that out. It's bad on that side. That side's is bad over there. See that there? It's getting deep. But if you've never done Route 66, you need to do Route 66. It's beautiful. It's a trip. Pace yourself, get hotel rooms, all of that stuff. It's really good. It's a nice trip. There you go, man. We're flooded out over here on Western. We're not going to go through that stuff. We got the minivan.
7397 Charlie.
Look at that, the water coming down, right? Pretty bad. Look at that. It's like a river down there, ain't it?
Jonathan.
Look at that.
He is good to go. He has 1 serviceable outside of Cook County, failure to appear, criminal damage to property, and some drug charges.
A warrant. Let's listen to that again.
7397 Charlie.
That knucklehead's going too fast. See that there? They're all going fast.
Ocean, Nora, Adam, Thomas, Henry, Adam, Nora, middle initial G is George. Date of birth is going to be 24 July 1994. 7397 Charlie. Charlie. Let me know when y'all clear the copy. Clear. Jonathan, Nick. He is good to go. He has 1 serviceable outside of Cook County, failure to appear, criminal damage to property, and some drug charges. Could you get us a transport with State Lake Red for New York Top? Alright, at the State Lake Red, y'all on street level or where at? We'll be up at street level. Alright, I'll send it over. 1 second.
See that? It's getting deep over here, huh? See those guys driving really fast, huh? We're gonna do a little videotaping, right? There you go, man. This is a bad viaduct over here, right? SubX.News on the spot reporting. We're over here on Western, right before Ogden. This viaduct always gets flooded out. You got a lot of knuckleheads driving really fast. And I bet you eventually they're going to get stalled out in there. It's not that deep yet. This one gets deep. This will cover up your wheels here. See that how people drive fast. You got to know where you're driving. Some people, they're just, either they don't remember or they think they can do anything they want. But yeah, this one's already about, I don't know, it might be a foot deep here. But this one will get 2-3 feet deep here. It'll cover up all the concrete pillar stuff there. You see how deep it is there? It'll even flood the sidewalks here. This one, if it gets really bad. You see that? They're going really slow over there now. Again, the Western Viaduct, right before Ogden. It's starting to get flooded out. Be safe. Be safe wherever you're at. If you get into these viaducts, don't go fast. Go slow. So you don't get... What happens is you splash water into your engine bay. If you go too deep and it gets into your air intake, that's how you kill your car, right? I mean, you let it dry, it'll be all right. You're not going to get hydro-locked. You're just going to have to let it dry for a little bit and get towed out. Take it easy, be safe, but watch the viaducts. They're getting a little flooding. Yeah, Route 6. SubX.News on the spot reporting. We're over here on West. So you know what I'm talking about, Brian. That Route 666 is a cool. It's cool. It's cool. See, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about my trip. I went with my wife and my kid. It was the best. You got to stop at Oklahoma City. That's so sad. The memorial over there. The Cadillac sculptures with Cadillacs in the ground. There's the steakhouse over there. Oh man, the Cadillac Ranch they call it, right? Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a great trip. I love Route 66. I took it a couple of times when I was a kid with my dad. He liked doing road trips. And then I did it with my family. But now I'm thinking about doing it again. But I want to take the original Route 66, which is a lot harder. You have to go zigzagging in and out of little towns. I haven't done that one yet. That's what I want to do. But yeah, if you ever get a chance, rent a car, whatever, who cares? If your car isn't a good car, you ain't going to make it. I took my Jeep and made it, so. I don't know if I'll take it anymore. That was a few years ago I did that. It's a 50,000 miles older now, so I don't know if I will take my Jeep anymore, but I might. Who knows? If it breaks, it breaks. You get in a rental and go, right? All right, we're going to get out of here. I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to make a U-turn. I'm not going through the water. There's worse water pits behind me. All these viaducts on the 24th Street. Is this the 24th Street? No, the 24th Street viaducts are in back of me. We might go check some more out there, right? We'll go viaduct hunting. See? SubX.News, we do everything. We're not afraid. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's Route 66. Look, if you've never done it, those of you watching, take the time and do it. You give yourself, if you want to eat nice trip and you got the time and you got some money, you got to pace yourself. I did it quick because we had to go do some. I think we did it in 3 days. And we did a lot of driving. I did 8 to 12 hours of driving some days. Don't do that. Don't do that. Pace yourself. And what I would do is pace yourself with hotels. Set your hotels up. And you just drive to each town, relax, and go, what's the one town, is it Sioux City? Is that where I was? What's the one in where was I? I had a buddy of mine and we met him. They have or is it in Nebraska? I don't know where it was. It was really nice. And, that wasn't Sioux City. It's they had the whole Pioneers in the middle of it. Is it Bismarck? No, Bismarck is north. I forget. If I remember, and then I'll tell you guys. I've taken so many road trips. But they have the whole Pioneer Trail and statues in the middle of the town. Oh, is it Omaha? Is Omaha, Nebraska, maybe? Maybe that's it. And it's got a really nice Pioneer, and they're life-size, and it's beautiful. You can spend a half a day right there in downtown. I got a big tomahawk steak there in that town. It's delicious. Oh, man. There's a lot. You got to look. If you're a vegetarian, I'm sorry. That's not for vegetarians, but you can go. I'm not telling you not to go if you're a vegetarian on Route 66. But Route 66 is steak land. That's all I got to tell you. It's all steaks. Really good steakhouses. Now, let me get out of here. This is a bus stop or something. We're going to go check out some other viaducts, right? It's you see me talking about it, Brian. If you haven't done Route 66, the Mother Road, you need to do it. Take the time, do it. Look, if you got a few friends, rent a car. Oh, what's that? I don't know what that was. If you haven't done it, get a few of your friends, rent a car, rent a nice car. It's not going to cost you more than what? If you split the gas and the car, and then you do the hotel rooms, do Hampton Inns with a breakfast. That's what we do. What? You get a suite room, 2-3 of you. You get 2-3 of you, you switch off driving, you stop, you do what you want to see. It'll be a trip of a lifetime. If you've never done it, it'll be a trip of a lifetime. You'll have some fun. Be careful when you go. And then this is what we did. We took a different way back. We came back through Moab. We came back through 71. We went from LA to Vegas and then up northwards because I wanted to go to Moab. That's what I promised, right? We took Route 66 into LA and then we came back through Colorado and Utah, right? And I did a little off-roading on that trip. I also did some off-roading right before I got into Carlsbad. Really nice over there. It's really nice. It's ghost towns. Anything you want to see about America, you'll see, right? But grab 2-3 of you, whether it's your family, your friends, rent a car, pace it out. I would say don't do no more than 6 or 7 hours of driving. That'll give you maybe 5 days. You can get a plane back. You drop the car off, hop on a plane, come back. That's a nice week trip. If you do that, you're never gonna forget what you did. We seen ghost towns, ghost gas stations, memorabilia. Oh man, I can talk about it all night long. It's a great trip. Route 66. Do it. If you do it with a group, it won't cost you more than $1,000 each. It might not even cost you $1,000 each if you watch your money. Again, rental car, stay in a Hampton Inn where you knock out your breakfasts, right? There you go. See? They're starting to be, oh, that's a red light. I'm waiting for cars in back of me because I'm ready to do a U-turn and get out of here, right? Can I make a U-turn here? Let's go. Yeah, pace yourself out. Get a rental car. Stay in places where you can get a breakfast. And it's a beautiful trip. And they got all the tourist stuffs that you see on the TV. And they're great places. They're cool spots. You think, oh, it's cheesy tourism. It is cheesy tourism, and they're cool spots. They're really cool. Right? They're really cool. Wichita, right? Bristow. All of those places that you've heard in the music. Go visit them, man. It's cool stuff, man. You won't regret it. I'll tell you that. It's a cool trip. Really cool trip. And they got bed and breakfasts. Oh, man, I got to watch out. I got to shut my mouth. It's going to get deep over here. I'll show you. Now, I'm going to my spot. So I've been on since 4 o'clock today. So I've split the videos in two. One video already cut off. We're at a 3-hour mark. I'm going to go down to my spot. We're going to check the flooding out over here. Don's Grill, if you want to go to a diner, go to Don's Grill right there. That's been around since I've been a teenager. I used to go to that spot when I was a teenager. So you're talking 40 years ago, I used to eat in that place. Don's Grill, come out and check it. They're open 24/7. What is it? Bakersfield, right? Bakersfield, right? That's the end of Route 66 when you're getting into California, right? I remember once you can go to the Mojave Desert. That's not along Route 66. There's a whole bunch of stuff there. I mix my trips up. I remember I once went with my kid, and we were crossing the mountains into California. You know, I forget that road by the reservations over there. We went to a ghost town, and we're right on the border between, I don't know if that was Nevada and California. It's Nevada, right? Right there on the little corner there. And my kid loved it. Oh, man. My other phone just fell. Whatever. My kid loved it. Death Valley. You have never been to Death Valley, you need to go. Grand Canyon. All nice stuff. I don't know what's going on. My other phone fell just now. There we go. Great. You can take road trips. And now with rental cars, it's not that bad. Gas is cheap. Watch out when you go into summer. Summer gets busy. It's a tourist season. The national parks, I don't know how they are now. I know they're short-staffed because of some budget cuts. Be careful. You know, you might not get in. You make sure you get ahead of time reservations, especially for sleeping. Don't fool around with sleeping. You might end up sleeping in your car. Make your trip ahead of time, like I'm saying. And then you just drive from hotel to hotel, and you got a lot of time in between. And you can see things. I would say you have the hotel in the main towns, wherever you along your way, and then you can get breakfast. You can go to a museum. You can see the sights. It's really nice, man. If you got adult kids, that's great. They can drive. You got a bunch of your friends or buddies or girlfriends. It's coming down. These it gets flooded over here, so I gotta pay attention right now. But yeah, it's a good trip. Oh, baked chicken. Marietta made some baked chicken. What else did you get? I gotta get my glasses. I gotta mixed veggies, and then, what kind of chicken? Oh, baked, right? What kind of flavoring did you have on it? Just basic seasoning? There you go. There's a little flooding there, right? Oh, a congresswoman just got hit with an explosive device in Honduras. I don't know if it's a congresswoman from our country or a congresswoman from Honduras. I'll have to give you that story. I'm watching it right now. It just happened an hour ago. Breaking: Congresswoman Gladys Aurora Lopez struck by an explosive device at Congress of Honduras. Yeah, oh yeah, that's the deep one. That's the one that went into my Jeep and messed up my radio. Right there, that hole right there. I was sitting on the other side videotaping, and somebody drove through there and all the water came in. I was live on that one. I was live feeding and all the water came into my Jeep. It flooded out my radio. That's what messed up my radio. That was in the middle of summer, I think. And I hate that one there. That ruined my radio there.
Mike Krauser, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
For the first time, federal prosecutors are acknowledging they have no direct evidence that a Chicago man accused of placing a bounty on Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bavino's head is in the Latin King street gang, let alone a ranking member.
The Chicago Tribune reports the upcoming trial of Juan Espinosa Martinez will focus on whether he had an affinity for the Latin Kings. At a pretrial hearing, prosecutors said the case will also explore whether text messages Martinez sent to associates allegedly calling for Bovino's killing came from specific knowledge he had of the gang's activities. The high-profile case was initially filed at the height of Operation Midway Blitz. Renita Young, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
The Lake County coroner is revealing more details about an incident last week in which a man died near the Metro tracks in Libertyville.
Alan Cicchini got on a train going the wrong direction, the coroner says, and tried unsuccessfully to open passenger doors Friday evening at around 5:30. When that failed, the office says video shows he stepped over a safety barrier and got off the train through a rear door, falling or stepping off while he was moving between stops. The 30-year-old from Mundelein died as a result of his injuries. The coroner is still waiting on toxicology results, and Metro Police continue to investigate. Nancy Hardy, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Illinois ranks second on the 2025 list for most tornadoes in the United States.
While there was increased tornado activity nationwide last year, including the first EF5 tornado in over a decade, Illinois saw a significant increase. In 2024, the state recorded 126 tornadoes, ranking fourth in the nation. Preliminary NOAA data for 2025 shows 20 additional tornadoes across Illinois. Texas topped the list at 162 tornadoes recorded in 2025. Haley Hansen, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
It's 7:08. Traffic and weather together on the 8th, sponsored by AlmostFreeTeeth.com as we say good evening to Abby Ryan.
Good evening, Roger. The Eden's inbound, a heavy delay from Cicero to the Kennedy Junction at 18, outbound 15. If you're on the Eden Spur, you are fine. Kennedy outbound 12 minutes to Montrose, 20 to the airport. Inbound 45 O'Hare to downtown. Heavy past Nagel, passing the Wintrust Maryland North Avenue all the way down to Randolph. 24 coming in from the Eden Junction, again 45 from the airport. Eisenhower outbound heavy from the Jane Byrne interchange to Damon. Heartland to First, 20 to Manheim, 41 to I-90. Inbound 45 I-90 in. Heavy spots first to the Jane Byrne interchange, 27 coming in from Manheim. Edenton outbound, 24 to 294, 32 to 355, inbound 30, 355 back in. Dan Ryan out 22, inbound a 16-minute ride, get out towards the Jane Byrne interchange. Your inbound delay, 57 outbound, slow spots. Dan Ryan past 127, 20 out. Bishop Ward outbound, slow spots, 103rd to Dalton Avenue. It's 18 down to the 80-94 split. So far, 394 is okay. DuSable Lakeshore Drive northbound, heavy past Navy Pier to Chicago. Southbound Oak Street curve to Chicago, hefty. Tri-State's good. Reagan Memorial Toll Road eastbound, heavy approaching the Myers Toll Plaza. Multi-vehicle crash, the rollover in the left lane. Gus and Neil calling our WBBM Mercedes-Benz of Hoffman Estates traffic tip line 855-780 Road. 355 northbound, heavy past 75th, crash blocks the left lane. I-80 eastbound, heavy past Richards to Briggs, crash in a lane there too. Northwest Indiana's okay. Traffic sponsored by AlmostFreeTeeth.com. New teeth, new smile, new you. Save up to 95% at AlmostFreeTeeth.com because confidence should never cost a fortune. Next report, 718 News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
The AccuWeather forecast tonight, windy and balmy, periods of rain and a thunderstorm. Gusty winds could accompany any downpour. Temperatures mostly in the 50s, but falling into the low 40s overnight. Tomorrow, perhaps a shower to start, otherwise windy and a bit cooler, with clouds breaking for some afternoon sunshine, a high of 46. Right now at O'Hare, light rain falling where it's 55, Wheeling 55, and along the lakefront 44 degrees. Coming up, some local lawmakers looking at...
You know what, Marietta? I can smell that chicken. When you describe the way, what seasoning you use, I can smell it. I appreciate you. This is what I appreciate you, Marietta. Closing our tonight video broadcast with a beautiful smell of baked chicken with onion powder, garlic powder, and Italian seasoning with some mixed vegetables. Now you're talking about a great dinner there. I appreciate you as always, Marietta, for watching, and I appreciate everybody else watching. I'm back at my house. I think I'm going to go up, download the videos, do my paperwork. I've been up early today. I got up at 6 a.m. I'm switching my sleep patterns, so I'm a little tired. If something comes up, I do post it. There's somebody that Two things happened while we were driving. Here, I'll show you this. Well, you guys can see it here. How about that? There you go. That's what happened. Watch. See that? I don't know who that is. That lady just got, look at that. That lady got hit with some explosive. I don't know if she's alive or dead. See that there? So I'll be posting that on our page. There you go. See that there? That happened somehow in Honduras or something. Bam. I don't know if she survived that. I hope she did. Plus 2 people got shot in Portland. We're going to see what we can do and get you good information on that. And we'll keep you guys posted. We'll see what happened on 300 South Damon. Give you some more information on that. Maybe we can give you some more information on the homicide this morning on Springfield. Otherwise, again, yeah, you just seen that, right? I'll be posting. It's on, I already posted it on my Twitter account. Some things I can do on Twitter that I can't do on Facebook. Thank you for watching. Marietta, I really appreciate you. I appreciate Ms. Zidor. I appreciate Holly. I appreciate Brian, Greg that tuned in. Everybody that tuned in today, I thank you very much. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks for watching my back. I always appreciate everybody. Thank you very much. It's 7:13 p.m. It's January 8th, 2026. Thank you for watching SubX.News. Appreciate everybody. Have a good night. Stay safe. And it is warm out. Maybe you crack your window a little bit and get some of that fresh air, especially with that nice humidity there. Take it easy, everybody. Love everybody. Take it easy. Have a good night. SubX.News signing off. Take it easy. Wait up. Before I sign off, Juan, you just logged in and we're logging off, brother. I'm sorry. I got to go because my place is right down the street. And I'm going to log off. I'm going upstairs and taking a... But this is Juan Avila. Is it Avila? He's in Texas. He's from Chicago. When the height of the migrant stuff was happening, we were doing, yes, Spring, Texas. Avina, right? He's a good man. We did a lot of good talking. He used to watch all of my live feeds with the migrants. He used to protect me. I think he was on one of my live feeds where they were trying to beat me up or attack me. You remember that one when I was at Elston? The guy said he was going to kill me. Yeah, we've done a lot of stuff together, right, Juan? Were you on that live feed where the guy was going to kill me? He says, I'm going to kill you or something like that. I said, oh, yeah, really? And I went over there and I went into his face. I put the camera in his face. I said, what are you going to do to me? And he shut his mouth then. His migrant buddy said, yeah, don't mess with that dude. So, hey, and I got all these videos. I don't know what to do with them. I was talking about writing a book, maybe making a movie, maybe making Netflix. I want to do a movie with the homeless guys, but we're threatened to be shot. That went off the rails. So I don't know. I'm starting to talk too much. I'm going to log off. Juan, I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate everybody for watching. It's 7:15. I am logging off. That's it. Take it easy, everybody. I love everybody. Say hello to everybody in Spring, Texas, Juan. Appreciate you. Take it easy. Good night. See, Juan remembers those days. Juan was, I think you were a bad influence on me, Juan. But appreciate you, man. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. I hope everybody's all right with you and your family. Happy New Year, my brother. Take it easy. Bye.